Hello, welcome to Euro Truck Simulator. SRK chat. Hello, I'm Diego, Sam, Luke, Oliver, SSC Promotions organisers, and we are talking about Brighton karting. Sorry about the delay for this one. We all had real life getting in the way a little bit there, but we're looking back to who's listening to the TV right now. I bet it's Sam.
Yeah,
Shut up!
on.
Come on, I'm going to mute you, buddy. I will. Honestly, we're talking about Brighton karting a few weeks ago, and then we're going to look ahead to the last 2 rounds at Bayford Meadows and Buckmore Park. So we all raced at Brighton, didn't we? So Ollie, how did your round go?
Well, it was going well up until the final, and then my right shoulder decided to give up midway through the race.
It's brutal. What about you, Luke?
Yeah, it was good. Really good in the heats. Front row for the final. Got mugged a bit at the start, but came third. So best result of the year. So good.
What about Sam?
I mugged Luke and then couldn't get it to stick. He mugged me back and finished 4th. So yeah, it's all right. Consistent points, I suppose, for me, but not the result I wanted.
Yeah, good. I'm pressing the wrong buttons here. My event was I had a really good second heat. That's all I'm going to say. It was nice to do that.
Yeah, that's it.
It was a wonderful day. But well done to James Dowding. He took his first win. He's been with us since season 2, I believe. So that's his first win. And 7 Luke on the podium. Tom, Maiden and Sam, usual suspects on the AM podium. And well done to James again in the juniors from Ollie and Ryan. So we're going to talk about a couple of incidents, I guess, but I haven't really got that many clips from this. Usually I watch through everyone's videos, but I kind of run out of time to catch up with everything these days. So we're going to start off with one from my camera, and I'm going to add it to the stream, and we're going to watch it, and it's going to be really juddery, and then we're going to watch it in slow motion again. So here we go. Very interesting. Right.
I really wanted to see that next corner.
I wanted
You
to
always
see
say
that.
that.
Which
Is
is
there
pretty
more?
wide.
Always say that. All right, Ollie, you're ahead. Talk us through it. What happened here?
Wow, I've just overtaken you, and I think driver just in front of you has followed me through, and then I didn't quite see if there was contact here or if you just locked up. I think what happened is you tried turning into the corner slightly too early with a driver next to you and just made contact and slid out wide. But I want to look at that again. And then here looks great fun. 3 wide into this part is never going to work.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
I bet you enjoyed it. You overtook me. All right. What about you then, Luke? You were the one overtaking me.
Yeah, so Harrison, I think, was alongside you all the way down the straight. I think it's just kind of a bit of an effect of the wraparounds where the effect of the little bit of contact was exaggerated and you bounced off quite drastically and lost a bit of momentum.
Yeah, and then you overtook me, and I didn't have a good kart in this heat, so I think I started on first, and my goal was always to make up at least one space, and I think this is one of the first races this year where I didn't do that. Yeah, so Sam, what do you think? You're completely impartial in this.
Yeah, it looks fine from the start, really. I mean, it just looks like you got hung out to dry a little bit. Gabe probably just about giving you enough inches there. But I just this bit right here, I don't know. I do feel that Harrison should have been potentially a bit more over to the inside and still could have had that move done. It just felt a little bit too held in, if that makes sense. Because you still had to get around, but it almost to a degree, a little bit used you to make sure that he stayed ahead. In my opinion, I'd have probably looked at that to maybe discuss a penalty.
Well, interestingly, Harrison actually got a penalty for this on the day from the track team. So we can't reverse the calls that the track team make because we respect their decisions because they know how to run their own circuit. They see these things every day. However, when we looked at the video footage, we actually think that this is quite harsh. So we reversed the penalty on this following a review. So that's what we did on the, I think it was the Monday after the event. We took about an hour to look through loads of footage and either appealed penalties that were given out or we added penalties that we think were missed because we were filming all the finals. So yeah, I mean, I don't think it's a penalty personally. I think it's quite harsh. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm trying to.
It's a bit of rough racing, really, but there's a whole meter to his right, which I think he's
Is there though? Because Luke's there, right?
no,
No,
Luke's not.
He's
He's trying to because of the contact, I think. But yeah, no, in my opinion, I think sometimes it's just a bit, I suppose, a bit more respect that could be given. You know, giving you that extra inch means that you maybe could have made the turn and not lost so many places there. But equally, you know, you do want to put your foot in and make sure that you make it stick as well. Like he was trying to follow through, but I don't see any harm to it. It's just a little bit unfortunate, but I probably would have said the penalty should stick, in my opinion.
You harsh bugger.
but it's because it lost you so many places.
Yeah, I suppose so.
It's definitely alongside enough. 100% alongside enough.
But it's the fact that when Diego needed to turn, Harrison didn't preempt his turn.
Okay.
As the attacking driver, you need to make sure that when you attack, you give the driver you're attacking enough space, right? So, in my opinion, here, he's not giving you enough space. He's almost driving forward all the way down, and then as you need to turn, he's still going forward. So that's why the contact has been made. It's because he's turned too late to make sure the move sticks. In my opinion.
Here's another thought. So why don't we go back to just
hard
pass it here, right? So I mean, yeah, exactly. It is a hard angle, but I'm. Let's assume this is 2x2, and then you're probably right. However, coming to view just here, you can see Luke is just behind there.
But I think that's because of how much room he's left on the right-hand side.
Maybe.
And because the contacts obviously scrubbed him some speed, that Luke was able to maybe think about sending one down the inside. Don't know. Yeah, without another angle, it's hard to say.
I've got an incident that might relate to that, or might be completely. Do you remember Rosberg Hamilton 2016 Austria, where Rosberg left it late to turn in, and Hamilton just turned in and broke Rosberg's front wing? I think it was final lap or something like that.
Not really, but that sounds relatable.
I remember it.
Yeah, so it's the attacking driver on the inside, even though it's not very nice to miss the apex, he still can sort of turn in whenever he wants. He can, as long as he doesn't run you off the track, sort of thing. Because it's sort of. I'm similar.
I know what you mean though, because essentially he's in the corner's his.
Yeah.
Therefore, Diego needs to now work around him.
Yeah.
That's why it's a very 50-50 tough decision to kind of make, but at the same time, it is a fast turn right, and I don't know. It seems harsh to not move to the inside and just get it done that way. But yeah, it's don't know. I'm very 50-50 about whether or not that would be a penalty. To be honest, if the track called it, though, I would have said let it be, but you all voted to lift it, so I think that's majority vote.
Well, we voted to lift the penalty points. So again, just in case people don't know, so we never rescind penalties that the track have given.
Oh, we lost him.
The results, unless it's done it wrong.
Yep,
but if we look back at it, we can take. Did I go there?
You did. Yeah, it was nice. It was peace and quiet for a few seconds.
I was just sorry. It's quite crappy internet. I was just saying that we never rescind penalties on the day by the track unless it's really, really obvious, because we, like I said, we don't want to step on them too much because we want to respect being there and they're running our event. But if we look at the footage and we want to take the penalty points off the license, that's a different situation. So that's what we did on this one here.
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, don't forget to vote for your driver of the day. I'm sure it's going to descend into farce as usual, but have a go for that, and then we'll do that later on. Okay, cool. All right, let's jump on to the next one. And this is from the juniors, which we don't feature enough. So let's have a watch of this one.
Nice.
Yeah, right. Okay, so
that's again, a great angle.
Yeah, it's good. Let's watch it in slow mo. No, we've got no sound on this one, but good pass though, isn't it?
Very well read by the onboard camera driver because
That's
he kept
fishy.
it a bit more to the right to get a run out, and then
He
got
might-
3 positions
I
from it.
think I think he's still got it done, hasn't he?
Yeah, he did. He took 3 places there. Lucky. Well, maybe it was lucky. Yeah, I mean, it looks like Henry dives up the inside and they try to go 3 wide and they just get kind of hooked on each other,
Yeah.
and he's just waiting there. That's exactly what you need to do, by the way. You just watch people make mistakes and just take the pieces. That's what I always say to people.
I've got no bad comments to say about this. This is just very good racing. Is it Henry on the inside there? He reads the gap, takes the gap, doesn't see that Ben's doing it down the inside. Unfortunately, 3 can't go in. They all just bounce off each other. There's no penalty. There's no problem with it. It's just unfortunate.
Yeah, just
They
3
all
into
just
1.
bounce off each other. That's a quality clip.
Yeah. There was a one in the D final in the adults which was similar, but that ended up in someone getting a penalty. But it was just they just ended up getting slightly hooked together because sometimes when one person's turning across, they can just end up going straight, right? Whereas it looked like everyone kind of bounced off each other quite nicely in this one. Yeah, well, we don't even need to argue about this one. I just wanted to show it. It was quite nice.
It was a nice move, yeah. I don't think they were expecting the driver in the blue helmet to brake as early as they did, so they kind of just split either side of him, and then at this point, no one had any space to go, so all fighting for the same bit of track.
Yeah, there you go. Nice and simple. That was an easy one. All right, cool. Let's have a watch of one from outside camera because we filmed the finals, didn't we? Oh, that was way too quick. We'll get back to that. Let's just show that on my screen because that was way too quick. This was Luke filming this, I think, so you can probably talk us through it when I get it up. Let's have a look here. There we go. Luke, talk us through this one.
So yeah, it was a very late move, a bit of contact in the middle of the corner, and I think it was Barry that ended up losing out from that 2 places, and George that was making the move. And we actually discussed this in quite a bit of detail as to whether there was a little bit of contact at this point here, but it looks the actual move into the middle of the corner is really good. It's very aggressive, but that actual move we all thought was pretty good. It's just the question as to whether there was a bit of contact leading into the corner.
Yeah, what do you think, Ollie?
It looks just about as perfect as you can get without doing contact beforehand. The main part is to watch the drivers in front, watch his helmet, because any kind of contact, you see it through the helmet goes back a little bit. And at the point where it goes for the dive, there is a tiniest of gaps between the front and rear bumper. And on the exit, the driver following just goes for that gap and contact is made, unfortunately, but that's no wrongdoing on either part, really.
Yeah, it's just a very good move, really, isn't it?
Providing there is no extra speed given at the rear of his car, that is a bloody good move.
Yeah.
And it looks like he's quite literally just moved out for the dive at the exact right moment. It didn't look like there was any contact. And then the second guy coming in my opinion, there was probably 0.1 inch short, and that's why there's a tiny bit of rubbing. But the gap was there. He took it, and I think Barry's just disappointed, hence the hand wave. But no, that was fine for me.
Yeah, it's a good move, eh? And sorry about the potato quality. That's Luke's fault, I assume. What's up with your camera? I don't know.
We'll get a better potato for the next round.
Probably not. No. All right, cool. Well, let's look at the. All these driver of the day votes are powering in. We got 1 so far, so well done to that person. All right, let's have a look at the next one, which is actually it's more of a comedy clip. This one is just funny. Let's just watch this one, and then we'll watch it back. So much going on.
I mean, you go back a little bit more. There we go.
Let's go in slow-mo and we can see it again. Here we go, from Zach's camera. And poor Shane Lucas up front. Just getting... Whoops, excuse me. Sorry about that. Oh, sorry. Oh, no, excuse me. Sorry. Whoops. Poor guy, just getting knocked about. But he didn't lose any places because of it, I don't think. Could he have done anything differently? There's the question.
Closed off the inside better.
He looks
Yeah,
right when
that
somebody
there.
comes to. He looks right when somebody comes to his left, and then looks left when somebody comes to his right. It's brilliant.
Yeah, I will say, Mark O'Grady probably should have backed off a bit there.
Maybe.
With what was going on, but I mean, I don't know. Maybe find the right moment to pause it. But
Wow, there's so much
the
happening.
gap's right there, right there. So he's sticking it in. That absolutely he should not back out of that. I'd be pushing it in, but then now he should back out.
But I think he does. Well, maybe not.
Not probably as well as he could have.
I'm
But for
surprised.
your own benefit, because you don't want to get caught in that barrier because he's now lost a position to Gabe. Had he just tapped the brake a little bit, tucked in behind Shane, he would have kept the position ahead of Gabe.
Yeah, right.
Live to fight another day.
I'm
But
surprised
no
Shane-
penalties for that.
No penalty.
No, that was just
Racing, yeah.
everyone found the same bit of track.
Yeah, pretty much. All right. Well, we've already reached the end of our discussion clips because I've run out. So what are we doing next? Oh, let's look at some gourmet moves, shall we? Some nice gourmet moves. Let's watch this one first.
They're all going to be from your camera, aren't they?
Thank you.
Yeah.
They're not from me.
No, he's in
actually.
front, so
Oh, you have two angles of this move.
I do. Wait, I don't know why it didn't play both. Oh, did it play both? I wasn't paying attention, but
Played one.
it played one. Okay. Hopefully I got the other one as well. Let's have a look. I've got something up on my screen over here. So it's this both. Here's my onboard, and then Joel, who's not even in the pro class, trying to pass me and going round the outside of me. He's going Trailer Park Girls round the outside, and there he goes.
You clip the inside barrier. That loses your momentum.
yeah.
And has it got the? Oh, I didn't actually do the other one. We've got
Did you
Ollie's
keep your foot in?
angle from this as well. Yeah, my cart was rubbish, but
But, I mean, under the ramp, did you keep your foot in and take it back or not?
No, he
Probably,
was
yeah.
clear by then.
I lift quite a lot.
He's so far. There's no so much understeer if you're on the outside there as well. I'm actually impressed
Yeah.
that he's managed to pull that off.
There was impressive.
It was. I found Ollie's on board. I don't know why it wasn't on there, but let's watch this one. So let's watch this from Ollie. There we go, straight up ahead. You can see I got no drive, but I also don't take the right lines. I'm lifting and braking too much. But
Oh,
fair
it's-
play to Joel.
That inside swoop there probably killed your momentum.
Yeah, right. Why didn't Gabe load me?
Yeah.
Come on, buddy.
yeah, Gabe could have helped you there.
At this point, I thought I might be able to take Martin, and I thought, no, he definitely hasn't seen me.
No.
Lifted off ever so slightly.
His Shrek has though.
Shrek wins.
It's quite off-putting, that Shrek.
It's horrible to race behind. Go on, send it.
I don't know what we're up to here.
I don't send it here, I send it in the next part.
Oh, did you get me as well? Oh, all right. Well, you might as well watch you pass me as well.
It's like,
Oh,
oh,
look
look
at
at
that.
there.
Look at that
Right.
drive.
Oh, he's gonna close it.
I'm just going to pretend I don't see you. No, I'm not. I'm going to give you room.
One thing about the carts at Brighton is they had so much understeer in them for
Yeah.
rental carts.
It's because it's primarily a fast right-hander,
Yeah.
isn't it?
I mean, look at me through this one, full lock right, and it's the back's not coming around at all.
Is that the car or your arm?
True
Oh,
that.
if you watch my video I post on YouTube, you see how I'm driving. I'm literally, my left hand is moving all over the steering wheel. My right hand's just holding onto the steering wheel. It's doing literally nothing.
Oh man, it sucks. But I will say that was was that the race where it was the cart that you had after me, Sam, and I've never had such a hard race trying to hold on to that cart. I
Yeah.
had like arm pump. I was like, I can't even feel my arm when I was
Yeah,
driving.
it just
8
every time
minutes.
you turned, it felt like you were gonna pass out. Yeah, it was tough.
We should mention that Brighton were a week or so away from getting new carts, which we didn't know about. So there's going to be criticism of the carts, but really it sucks. But that's the way it is. And that they still ran a really, really good event. I don't know if everyone is aware, but the electricity went down on heat 1 of the adults. So not only did they not have any CCTV to make any video calls, they didn't have any timing, but they had nothing. So we managed to run the entire event blind. with thanks to yours truly. And yeah, that was very, very challenging from their perspective. So really, really thanks to Brighton. They not only once again ran a really, really good event and kept it together well.
Also, probably one of the most fun rental kart tracks I've been to.
Yeah, it is, and it's really smooth as well. Like, credit to them for, I don't know how they keep it that smooth, but fair play, you know. We'll definitely be going back there, which is good if they have us. I got another gourmet move, and this is a gourmet move. Let's have a watch.
I already know what this move is.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
you cut it
don't know
too
why
early.
stopped. Oh no! Don't tell me I did. I bet I did. But anyway, let's watch it again anyway, because.
Also, just to say,
I know,
I know
I'm
what the
looking
move
at
is, but that's another reason to be a bit wide of the apex to stop someone having a run around the outside of you.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, she definitely should have moved over more to the left here to stop you from getting such a good run.
Oh, I cut it too early. But anyway.
So actually, almost going against what I said earlier, you know, moving to the outside to make sure that you can't just come in and take a better line. Yeah, but then you have to turn together, isn't it? It's.
So the move, that overtake on that corner, you had to have it done on that first apex. If you didn't have it done on the first apex, the guy was back up the inside of you by the second.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's something I've seen a lot of that sort of stuff at faster kart driving and two strokes, Club 100. They tend to drive people all the way out to the edge of the track, so they lose speed and then they come back in and then they've got the position done, which feels dirty to me. I don't know, but because it almost feels like you're moving them over side by side contact. Do you know what I mean? Don't see much of it in rentals.
No.
Four-stroke stuff that we do.
Okay, so we got it is time for
His potato move of the race.
always a highlight. And who's going to win the potato move this time? Who do you think is going to win the potato move of the race?
It's usually you. Isn't it?
Why would you say that?
It is you, isn't it?
It is me, yeah. I'm sorry.
He's Martin Brady as well.
I'm so sorry. I feel so
That
bad.
was from miles back.
That was not on. That was a terrible move. And I did get a penalty absolutely straight away for that, and I cannot be more sorry. It is funny, but I cannot be more sorry.
So you got to show us your little chart of all the potato moves so far.
Yeah, of course I'm gonna show you the
literally
chart.
you three and no one else.
Yeah. Well, Chris Paul's on there as well. So I am now leading the way.
Leading the potato. So what happened to the last two then?
We didn't have any search chats, did we?
Still,
we didn't have cameras for
designate.
the sisters. So.
The search chat for Three Sisters, the potato move goes to everyone. So,
Yeah. Well, no, we should put Neil Durant on there, surely.
oh, well, yeah, probably. Or for Sam's loading in the club.
Loading in the club?
What was the video that Sam Cox put in the group about the dancing or something? I can't remember.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Or maybe when we got back to the hotel room and I could hear Sam throwing up through the wall. That was Sam Cox. So you get the potato move for that.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad I didn't come to that one now.
Oh, that was good fun.
Give it to Sam Cox then.
Okay. Well, we're going to be eating well once we get to the final. A lot of potatoes. Okay, cool. Right. Well, we've come to the end of the discussion clip. So just a quick update on where we're up to with everything. Bayford Meadows is this weekend. It's a 9 a.m. arrival for juniors. Because we got to be there. We've just been setting out our clocks. That means we need to leave at 5:45 on the weekend. That's disgusting. Let me just double check the adult arrival. It is 12:30 arrival for adults, and possibly slightly earlier. Actually, we'll double check that and send it through. We have been sold out for that round. However, we got a reserve list that's probably going to be used. So if you do want to come, just let us know. I'm sure we can fit you in. And that is round 2 of the Southeast Trophy as well. We haven't put much emphasis on that, but I know we've got a few drivers joining us for that. And then, of course, our final was in Buckmore in, 6 weeks' time now? So not far away, are we? Mm-hmm. And that obviously is going to be brilliant. We're really looking forward to that. It's going to be the trophy presentation at that round as well, I believe. Yeah, I mean, is anyone looking forward to Buckmore? I know I am.
I've never been, so I'm hoping.
Oh, yeah.
good enough to make it there, really.
Mm.
It's a fun track. It's one of the nicest outdoor tracks in the country, I think. And regardless of being good at it, it's just nice and fun to drive, isn't it? But
I've looked at some of the onboards of the track, and there's so much sort of tarmac runoff area that people just literally abuse the curves and then some.
it's very easy to make accidental contact on the bottom half of the track. I think the left before it curves right before the uphill, it's just a nightmare. If you go in with that too hot, you can spin people, you can spin yourself. It's dangerous in the wet, that's for sure.
I got a penalty in season 2 for that because I just went bonk onto Curtis.
Yeah, season 1, I think I had a tussle. But I just had a little look online, and speaking of wet,
I was just about to say.
Bayford Meadows.
Oh, let's go. You guys are in trouble.
So we have 72% humidity, 40% chance. I think that's what precipitation means, right? Is that chance of rain? Or is that area coverage?
Saying that, it's still only Monday. That can change. That can completely go upside down by the end of the week.
Yeah.
That is going to be great. You guys are in trouble. I'm only good in one place, and it's Bayford Meadows in the rain.
Yeah, to be fair, last year, was it last year? It was, wasn't it?
It was absolute
when it
domination.
rains, you almost bloody put it on pole.
The story is that I put
I'll let you
it on
tell
pole, and then I didn't think I was going to get anywhere near anywhere, so I got disqualified from one of the races and dropped 2 places, so I didn't get pole because I was underweight. You're not there. It's the stupidest thing I've ever done.
And then what did you do on the first lap? Or what happened?
I don't know. I probably got taken out or took someone out.
You did, yeah, I'm sure you did.
I was going grass tracking in the end. I just can't do changeable conditions. As long as it's torrential, I'm good. Anyway, so Bayford's going to be awesome. Butmore's going to be great. Spa is now being confirmed as well. We got 37 people coming, which is going to be awesome. We're going to go up to 42, so 5 spaces if anyone else wants to join us. I've put the format in the SSC Promotions group. So we're going to do a circuit event in the morning, then we're going to do a team endurance in the afternoon. Hopefully going to do match qualifying on that team race as well, because I've been trying that. So that should be good. And looking ahead to 2023, I've had a lot of people asking about that. So entries aren't open until January the 1st. When we finish this season, I think it's top 30 will get first dibs on spaces until January the 1st, and they can book in with a £50 deposit. And then we will just kind of go from there. It'll be a similar sort of thing for the juniors, probably the top 15 or 20 for that. And the stuff that I can tell you about next year, we have 1 extra round. So we have 10 rounds. We're in talks with 3 new tracks, which should be cool. And a lot of the fan favourites are back. There are going to be changes. The basic thing is going to be the same. We're expecting it to carry on pretty much the same because everyone's enjoying it. We're just tweaking any issues we've had. Still have the team aspect, a little bit more structure to that. It should be really, really good next year. I think I'm still going to be here. I don't know if anyone else will be, but yeah, I don't know really. It should be good. We did have plans to do NRK, but I think we're going to leave that to NRK League now. We'll see how that goes. Oh, and we will be doing, I should say, an endurance championship as well. So there's going to be an event at every single round, and there's going to be a support event. So there's going to be juniors supporting at some rounds, and then there's going to be an endurance championship supporting at the other rounds. So that'll be teams of 3 or 4 for that, which should be really fun.
We're looking to change the prizes around a bit next year as well. So it might be a big event that gets you get sponsorship to if you win the class and stuff like that. But,
what else have I forgotten, Sam?
I don't know. Other than that, maybe the potential change in classes, which we haven't finalised yet. But I don't know. We don't want to give too much away, do we?
No, not really. But as ever, just make sure you like the Facebook page and get on the mailing list, and we'll put it all on there first. But yeah, that's pretty much it for Search Chat today. So we're going to be at Bayford Meadows this weekend. Harrison's just asked very quickly, will the endurance be weighted? That is actually a very good question because no, it's not going to be weighted. So the way that we're going to do it is how we will do it at Spa, and we're going to have a target weight for the cart, for the drivers, I should say, in the cart, which is added together, and however far you are under that will be a time penalty that you serve during the race as a pit stop. So if you're over that, you're good. If you're under it, then there'll be some sort of penalty that you have to do. So say you've got all juniors on your team, you're going to have quite a big time penalty you have to do. But say you're all tubby, then you're good. It's fine. So
I think there is another way to potentially do it as well, which I was going to run past you. But yeah, I mean, it could be that when you do a pit stop during the endurance, that you're held in the pits for a whole minute, so that it gives you time to put your weights in and out of the cart and stuff like that. So there are other ways, and we haven't sort of finalised it. But yeah, I think it's good. It's nice to have the endurance because it's good practice for the event sometimes.
yeah, it'll be for the most part ahead of the main event, hopefully, because it's good to be like use it as practice, really, isn't it? You know, like, and of course, people that want to just join us for the endurance are welcome to. You know, some people don't like sprint racing that much, but yeah, should be good. Cool. All right, excellent. Well, that's really good. Thanks for joining us as ever, and we'll see you all at the weekend.
Or the driver of the day.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Don't skim us
Day.
out. It's one person voted, so we already know who it is. Who is it?
Actually, well, yeah, 2 people voted, and they both voted for James Dowding. So James Dowding wins driver of the day. Good night.
There you
Bye
go.
bye.
Good night.
Yeah.